you can literally be bitten in half by a huge dragon at any moment.
My God, are you excited for
Yeah.
it to come out?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's. I mean, I think I've spent the last 3 years making little, and my own films. You know, writing Getaway and making kind of independent horror comedies. I love. That's where I come from. You know, but the chance to do something really big is amazing for me, I think.
Why do you think Gobber is like such a fan favorite, right? Has turned out over the years. Why do you think that is? He's funny, hilarious, dark.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's that. I mean, I think he's the heart, the comedic heart of the film. Can I say that? But he's also, I know people have said he's a father figure to Hiccup, but I would argue he's a matriarch rather than a father. He's a mum, you know. I love the fact he's honest. His honesty is something that I love. And he is pretty dark. I think I don't know this, but I think there's probably a lot of dark comedy on Burke. I think when you live on a society that you can literally be bitten in half by a huge dragon at any moment, I think the comedy has to be pretty dark to get over it.
Were you nervous, or are you nervous a little bit? How the fans gonna see it, and you stepping into that role?
No. I mean, if I can look at myself in the mirror and say, have you done your best? Have you tried to be funny and original and respectful of what Craig did in his iteration of, yet still trying to add to that? You know, I think if I can say yes to those things, then I can't control what people think. We've made the best film we can, and if you love it, then that's great. And if you prefer the original three, that's also great, you know.
Did you draw any who did you draw your inspirations from when you actually created him?
I think obviously you want it to be as original as possible, but as I said, I wanted to be respectful to Craig and what he was. He set the kind of bar in terms of, so this is kind of what Gobber's like. So I've wanted to add to that, but I think I've worked with Ray Winston a few times, and I think I started to be a little bit like Ray, and I wanted him to be a little bit like Ray Winston, and I hope Ray likes it.
What do you think viewers can learn or take away from it? Because it's like, it's finding your inner voice, finding your strengths, being a hero.
Yeah. I think honesty, being honest, I think with yourself, I think is something that comes away from the film. And don't be afraid to defy other people's expectations of what you should do. You know, I think that's a touchstone for this.
Do you know, like, when the original came out, like 15 years ago, has that been in your life as well, and now you're, like, in it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, me and my friends at the time were all fans of animated movies, you know, so we definitely love this. But I tend to not look back, if you know what I mean. I'm more like let's make something new. Let's try and inflame it for a new generation of viewers, you know.
If you had your own dragon,
yes,
which one would it be, and what would you use him for?
I think it would be the Hideous Zippleback, and I think I'd probably use him for just cruising around, maybe getting to the beach. Maybe spending the day on the beach, just me and the Hideous Zippleback.
One memory which will stick with you for your whole life while you created this movie?
God, there'd be quite a few. Belfast was amazing. That was an amazing city to shoot in. I'd never been to Belfast before. That was amazing. I know this probably sounds a bit bullshitty, but when you get a chance to work with people you really like, not just the rest of the cast, but the crew too, and Dean, it all comes from Dean, I think. You know, when he's such a generous man, and he cares, and he's kind, and he's just lovely to be around, you know. So to get a chance to get up in the morning and go to work with that, I'm not lost on how rare it is and how grateful I am to do that, you know, to get a chance to do that.
I'm very grateful to have you. Thank you so much.